Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request on the 21st of January. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have CSL, PointsBet, Tesserent, Western Areas and 88 Energy. So if you have a request, send it through. Make sure you're getting our regular newsletters. If you want better ideas than the ones you're seeing here, make sure you're getting the Dynamic Investor every Tuesday. If you enjoy these videos, also, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review on Facebook and Google. Our core business, though, is the portfolio management side. So if you're interested in getting my direct help, then please let me know and I can explain how that works. And all the advice here, of course, is general only. So we've got a 5-year chart here of CSL, weekly chart. We could see that what we're seeing recently is, in my opinion, just a consolidation against the long-term uptrend. So it's a big consolidation, but that's all it seems to be doing at the moment. If we go back to our daily chart, there's clearly underperformance against the broader market. Obviously, especially in the last several weeks, CSL's gone down here, whereas the market's at least sort of done a bit of this and sitting up here. So look, underperformance, but it is showing that it's oversold on the RSI. Like I do take these with a grain of salt, but with CSL, it's quite rare you see the stock get oversold on the daily RSI because of its low volatility. So the last time we saw that was, if I scroll all the way back over to the end of 2018, where again, whatever concerns are now, we had back then in terms of interest rates, US dollar, etc. And we could see CSL being quite oversold here when it was back at 180. And of course, after that, we all know that it went on to recover. So yeah, look, at the moment, quite oversold. As it gets close to this March low, it'd be interesting to see if we see some buying step up. Okay, PointsBet. So I like the way this has been trading with that massive gap up in August, of course. And then it's just had a classic sort of rectangular consolidation, so which is good. So it's sort of gapped up, and then instead of coming back here, it's just gone sideways in this rectangle. Looks like we had a bit of a false break in December. It looks like it was about to kick on, but it came back into the range. Often that can lead to big underperformance down here, but we could see it managed to hold up pretty well. And then we had a clear break last week, and then it consolidated here. And look, I've got a couple of clients that hold this, and I just use this as an opportunity to add to it. So I think this looks like it's heading higher. It looks like a good buy here. Yeah, further to run, I think, for PointsBet. Tesserent. So we can see that obviously it's had a good move up here. In October, when it peaked here, it then underwent another sort of flat rectangular consolidation sitting on top. This consolidation here was sitting on top of this consolidation, which is a good sign. It's just sort of building up, sort of like a staircase on top of itself. However, the recent breakout here failed straight away. You can see the big sell-off here, and then it was followed by another big sell-off. So that's a negative sign, and it's been falling away. So, the real risk is that it does continue to head all the way back down to 30 cents and possibly even break that. I mean, there is a chance that, like PointsBet, it does have another attempt to follow through, but given what it's done the last few days, instead of just holding up here, I think the most likely path is to the downside. So in terms of a buy, I mean, you'd need to see it bounce really strongly off 30 cents, or preferably, if it can sort of pop to the upside again, that's the buying opportunity. But at the moment, I wouldn't want to be in it. I think the risk is to the downside. Western Areas, so pretty good rally the last few months, like most resource stocks, of course. It's having a strong run. now you could see that so generally with this strong run that we're seeing in resources, you don't want to chase it. So you don't want to see it sort of move up like in this situation here necessarily and buy it after it's had multiple days up like that. You want to wait for some sort of consolidation just in case it reverses pretty sharply. So what we've seen here is a consolidation, which means this is a buying opportunity. It looks like it's going to kick on and break. It'll probably break that today. If it does so, that would be a buy. So I think after a recent consolidation, we've now got another buy, and I'd be having a stop here at 28 cents. Not necessarily one in the system because you could get whipped out, but basically just watch how it's trading. If for some reason it starts to trade under 28, I mean, I'd rather be out of it. But at the moment, it looks like it's going to continue on. I mean, if we zoom out, we could see these previous peaks up here. So that would be the next target. Okay, and 88 Energy. So it's a bit of a funny looking chart because of the low prices there. But basically, we've had a base here. So it seems like here's proper breakout on volume, which is good. And now it's just consolidating, sort of a bit of a flag. So, I mean, I'd be, I think this is one to watch. I think if it closed above this sort of 1.1 cent level, that means it's breaking out of this consolidation and it should go for a bit of a run. Otherwise, I think if it starts trading under 1 cent, that would be the sell. So basically, I'd wait for the break. I'd be happy to buy it for a bit of a run. If it then failed back into here, or even worse, under 1 cent, I'd be getting out pretty quickly. But yeah, look, at the moment, one to watch. Okay, well, that's all for today. If you have a request, send it through. I'll try to cover it next Thursday for you.